located in the Los Olivos district of the beautiful Santa Ynez Valley. We produce about 10,000 cases each year of wine. All of it is estate grown. We grow it, we make it right here in this winery, and we sell it right here on this property. Some of it does go throughout the rest of the country. We specialize in Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Franc with a number of other varietals in there just for the table. We have Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, some Grenache Blanc, and Malbec.
So we have 42 acres planted, vines. What's really interesting about this site is since we are in this transverse mountain range, we're kind of right in the center. So it allows us to do a lot of different varietals. It gives us a lot more range in the types of wines that we make. So we make anything from a very thick-skinned grape like Cabernet Sauvignon to something a little bit thinner like Grenache, but Grenache likes a little warmer weather as well. As far as maintaining the vineyard, our vineyard manager, Armando Zepeda, has been here since 1983. He was here from the inception of the vineyard. Every day he's out here taking care of the vines on the tractor, weeding, making sure we're just pristine up here. It's generally him out there. At any one time we might have just him. We might have 15 people out here working the vines. In the winery, it's generally just Karen and I making the wine. And yeah, we take our jobs really seriously. We want to make the best we possibly can here.
Is the name of a tree. It's the name of a sycamore tree that's native to California, also in Europe known as a London plane tree. So the farm is named after the trees, which are mostly on the lower part of the property. The whole property is 106 acres. 42 of that is planted to grapes. The rest of it is planted to peaches and pears and tomatoes, and we never know what's really growing down there. It is a family-owned property. It was founded in 1983 by a woman whose name was Betty Williams. She was very forward-thinking, very interested in growing food for the table sustainably. And so what we can do here is we can put everything on the table, from the flowers to the vegetables, to the fruits, to the protein, to the wine. It is now owned by Betty's two daughters and her son-in-law. She passed away a few years ago at the ripe age of 93 because she drank a lot of Sauvignon Blanc, which was what we should all do. We farm here sustainably. We have our own crew that works the land. It is one family, the Zepeda and Flores family. Armando Zepeda has been our vineyard manager since the vines were planted in 1983. His now 3 generations, his son-in-law and his grandson are now working the land. The property is owned by Barry and Brett and Seaburn, who is the offspring of Betty. So they took over from her. We make everything here in this winery. Harvest will start this year probably a little bit later than normal, I would think, probably September, October. And we will process about 150 tons of grapes over 2 months.
fact about our vineyard, so it was planted in 1983 and it's all own rooted. So instead of planting rootstock and grafting vines onto the rootstock, all of our vines have their own root system. So it just allows energy and nutrients to pass through the vines and just produces a higher quality fruit. As far as harvest goes, because we do so many varietals, we have a very interesting and long harvest that will start anywhere from the end of August through December. So we're out here busting our humps for a few months at a time. We generally start picking at around 4 or 5 in the morning. So we do that because, especially during the end of summer, it's still really hot. We want to make sure we pick the grapes when they're really nice and cool. It helps the grapes be a lot more healthy, a lot less chance of disease when they come into the winery. So we try to pick the grapes when they're as cool as they possibly can. So it's usually around 4 a.m. And then we'll pick until it starts to get hot. We want to make sure we get all that fruit in before the heat of the day really hits.